It's likely that you'll be making many different maps for the same organization, and having a standardized layout can not only speed up production, but also ensure consistency in branding and style. Once you've developed your first map layout, you can save it as a layout template to be reused in your next project. The layout template will save the position and symbolization of the items in your layout so that you can focus on the content of each page, rather than configuring the title and legend the same way every time. To turn our current layout into a template, we'll come up to the Share tab, and in the Save As group, click the Layout File button. That'll save a layout template on our system with the PAGX file extension. I'll just browse out to my desktop and go into the exercise files, Chapter 8, the 0807 Save Template folder, and we'll give our template a name of San Francisco Report. I'll press the Save button, and that'll save the layout file to my computer. Then I want to create a new map based off of that template. I'll go up to the Insert tab, and we'll choose New Layout. That'll show me my standard page sizes, but instead of choosing any of these, I'll come down to the Import a Layout File link at the bottom. Then we'll browse out to that same folder. We'll go into Exercise Files, Chapter 8, 0807, and then we'll find our PAGX file right there. Go ahead and select it and press Select. That'll create an exact duplicate of our original layout. If we come over to the Layouts folder in the project pane, we'll see that we now have two distinct layouts. One called San Francisco Neighborhoods, that's the original one, and this new one called San Francisco Neighborhoods 1. I want to right click on it and just rename this so we can keep them straight. I'll call this one San Francisco Parks. Notice also if I expand the Maps folder that we now have duplicates of the two maps that appeared in both of these data frames. We have San Francisco and San Francisco 1, as well as San Francisco Imagery 3D and San Francisco Imagery 3D 1. That's because the template file not only includes the template for the layout, but it also includes the templates for the maps as well. In some cases, this will duplicate content that we won't need. In other cases, though, this will be useful because we can add a map frame that we can go ahead and modify for our new layout. Let me show you what I mean. In the new layout for our San Francisco Parks, I want to reuse this same 3D perspective, but I do want to update this map over here on the left. To do that, I'm going to first come over here to the Contents pane, and I'll unlock the 3D frame, which is this line right here. Then I'll go back over and select it, and on the Format tab for this map frame, I'll click this tiny icon next to Current Selection to open up the Elements pane. Then we can come down to the map frame, and this is where we link to the current map frame that's being displayed. Right now you can see it's linked to San Francisco Imagery 3D 1. I'll go ahead and link it back to the original San Francisco Imagery 3D. That'll reload the map in the frame, and now we can switch back to our project pane, and because we're no longer using this other layout, I can go ahead and right click on it and choose Delete. Then I'll come back over here to the Contents pane and I'll lock that frame. Next, I'll unlock the other data frame, which is this map here. Let's go ahead and click on that, go back to the Elements pane, and we can confirm that this one is linked to San Francisco 1. Back on the project pane, that is this map frame right here. Let's just go ahead and rename it. I'll right click on it and choose Rename, and we'll call this San Francisco Parks. Then if I want to make changes to what's displaying in this frame, I will double click on this to open it up in its own tab. I'll make one small change, and that's just to turn off the Places layer so that the neighborhood names disappear, and we're just left with the parks. We can go ahead and close this tab now, and that'll update the map here in our San Francisco Parks layout. The last thing I need to do is change the title that's appearing on this page, so I'll go ahead and select it. I'll double click on it, and then I'll highlight Neighborhoods and type in the word Parks. When I'm done, I can click off of it to deselect it, and we'll lock the original map frame, which is this one over here on the left, to finalize our design. Now I have two distinct layouts that share a common visual identity. I have one page for San Francisco Parks that just shows the parks, and then I also have another layout that's called San Francisco Neighborhoods that includes the neighborhood boundaries. So as you can see, saving a layout template can save you lots of time when making several maps that should all share a consistent look and feel.